Good morning or good afternoon if you're joining us from the East Coast. Today we have a great webinar for you. We're going to be covering 6 programmatic advertising campaigns you should run right now to get more customers and how to leverage display ads to reach your target audience. On our agenda for today, we're going to be covering the value of programmatic ads with real-time reporting for your digital marketing strategy, how you can leverage dispensary programmatic ads to reach more potential customers, and which 6 campaigns you should launch to start driving traffic to your store or website. A little bit about myself. My name is Eduardo Silva. I have 18 years in advertising, sales, and marketing all together, and I'm really excited to be part of this industry. And Foot Traffic is a dispensary advertising agency with over 5 years experience in this industry. We are laser focused on cannabis. We do not take clients outside of the cannabis space, and therefore we have learned a wealth of lessons and best practices that we're happy to share with you today. Let's get ready for our webinar today by covering a couple housekeeping items. First and foremost, cell phones. They are literally the cornerstone of programmatic advertising. But for this webinar, since we are going to be covering a lot of content, I ask you to mute those or face them down on your desk so you can limit the amount of distraction. Also, take a moment to familiarize yourself with the Zoom interface. If you haven't already done so, there is a Q&A button at the bottom. We do have panelists live here to address any question that pops up. And then finally, make sure to stick around. We do have a special offer for those attending the webinar today that I don't think you will want to miss. So please stick around until the end of the webinar. So let's dive right on in. In simple terms, programmatic advertising is the automated buying of digital ads. It's the actual process or method for securing ad space. When I talk about automated in this sense, I mean that instead of hashing things out with individual publishers, buyers can actually submit bids in real time via a programmatic ads platform and have their ads show up live within seconds. Of course, this isn't how it always used to be. Programmatic advertising has really simplified the process and revolutionized the advertising marketplace by making it much quicker and easier for businesses to get their ads in front of people who are most likely to respond to them. Programmatic advertising is faster and more efficient than traditional ad buying methods, and more businesses and agencies are taking advantage of it than ever before. In fact, it's estimated that over $150 billion will be spent on programmatic advertising in 2021, nearly double the amount spent in 2017. We often get caught up with the name programmatic advertising and think that it's something confusing. But here's the thing. You've seen thousands of these types of ads. Let's say you're scrolling through CNN or the CNN app this morning to read the news. Each of their stories has multiple programmatic display ads sprinkled throughout it. Or maybe you did some Sudoku while waiting for your coffee to finish brewing this morning. Right at the bottom of the screen, there was probably a better ad. Now imagine how many ads you've seen on various websites, apps, and even YouTube videos over the last week. Hundreds, if not thousands of ads if you are a typical media consumer. What if your dispensary could secure that reach? Imagine how many people you could get your ads in front of. Thankfully, programmatic advertising is available to dispensaries, and they provide you with the chance to catch the attention of new customers and get the current customers to shop with you again. You can create eye-catching ads that stop people from scrolling and get them to click through to your menu and place an order online. And here's the kicker. Because of that automation in the buying process, this is easier to do than ever before, as long as you have a talented cannabis tech team and advertising agency to partner with. Now, before we walk more through the whole benefits of programmatic ads, I'm going to mention one big one up front so that we can say goodbye to the big elephant in the room. If you're concerned about compliance, don't be. Programmatic ads are a compliant way to reach your audience. Yes, there are limitations in some places, but as long as you abide by those rules, most dispensaries can run programmatic ads. There's just one state that I can think of that severely restricts the use of geographic data for advertising, which is crucial for these ads, and that is the state of Colorado. Other states require that you share your license number or that you refrain from sharing the benefits of cannabis on your ads. Those things are super easy to do, and they won't impact the effectiveness of your ads. Okay, so we know that these ads are compliant as long as you follow your state's advertising regulations, but the benefits don't stop there. These ad types are quicker to launch. They have a large compliant audience reach when you work with a skilled agency. They provide you with multiple targeting options to create a variety of campaign types. And they also follow your retarget across devices. And then there's the kicker: real-time accurate reporting. I'm going to dive into each of these benefits now so that you can really see how valuable they are, and make a better determination on whether these types of ads will help you reach your goals. First, they are fast. So how does programmatic advertising work so quickly? Well, instead of negotiating with publishers for ad space the old-fashioned way, programmatic advertising uses AI and machine learning to make better decisions about where to show your ads and who to show them to. Second, for these ads to work, you need to have a large audience that you can reach. Now, we are in a very unique industry. We need to be marketing to people who are of age and who want to use cannabis. Our ad networks allow us to reach millions of individuals across the nation and serve them dispensary ads. We have the customer data and can leverage it to determine who to show the ads to and when to show them. This is crucial for making effective ads that actually lead to people placing orders. Third, targeting. The data I just mentioned can be used to effectively segment customers into smaller groups based on common factors such as demographics, interest, and behaviors. Segmentation allows you to advertise to target audiences that are more likely to respond well to these ads, maximize efficiency, and minimize the waste in the process. So basically, you want to be somewhere based on a variety of factors like age, location, and interest to best reach your target audience. This will help ensure that the right people are seeing your ads and increase the chances that they will buy from you. Programmatic advertising relies on databases of customers that data is automated to make better ad buying decisions. This living database is connected to audience devices, households, purchases, places of work, frequently visited websites, frequently visited locations, and much, much more. This data is then leveraged to identify the people who are most likely to convert, as well as to identify lookalike audiences. These may be people who display similar shopping patterns, display similar behaviors, or that show interest in similar products. Your ads will only be as good as the data you have. So finding a robust network is crucial for the success here. One more point about targeting. When you do it correctly, click-through rates can be as much as 5 times higher than normal prospecting ads. Now, this isn't a promise or a guarantee of any kind, but the reason these ads have a higher click-through rate is because of careful planning. Having a team that understands how to get the most from programmatic advertising strategies can help you create and run ads that get noticed and drive sales. as the end goal. Better ad targeting means less money wasted showing ads to people who are unlikely to be interested in your products or services. Instead of casting a wide net, targeting lets you spend your marketing dollars more effectively by focusing on specific geographic areas where potential customers may be concentrated. If a customer sees an ad when they are really far away, they may reconsider purchasing from you at a later time. However, if a potential customer sees an ad when they're right close to your store, they're much more likely to convert and to actually take some sort of action. Simply by targeting your ads to someone's geographical location, you're more likely to show them something relevant and less likely to throw away that valuable marketing dollar on ads that won't get clicked. Fourth, cross-device targeting. Have you ever shopped for something on your laptop and then seen an ad for it on your smartphone? That's possible because of cross-device targeting. Basically, it's the ability to recognize that a set of number or devices belong to one individual so that you can offer targeted ads across their different devices. This really helps keep you top of mind, which in the business is really important to getting a sale. Finally, the fifth benefit I want to cover is reporting. Programmatic allows for real-time reporting so you can actually see whether your ads are actually working and getting people to buy from you. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. By implementing ads with reporting, you can make changes that will allow you to create even better and more effective ads to further boost your revenue. So, what kinds of ads can you actually run in this way? We offer display ads, native ads, and even video ads under programmatic. Display ads are graphic ads that can appear on websites and apps. They come in a variety of sizes and like banner ads. Native ads mimic the style of where they're placed. Basically, they match the app or website they go on, so they actually look like they are part of that website and they're less obviously an ad. Video ads run on sites like YouTube. These are interruptive video. They can also be OTT or over-the-top video ads, which run on smart TVs as opposed to FCC-regulated broadcast channels, which is not allowed. Therefore, OTT and programmatic allows us to get to the audience through video. During our strategy session with every single one of our customers, we can help you determine which type of ads may work best for your specific goals. There is no cookie cutter strategy here because we want to make sure that you launch the ads that will work well in your market and get you the sales you deserve. Now, you can launch these ads and have them go pretty flat because you choose the wrong programmatic seller. You need to find out how large their cannabis or CBD audience really is, or else you may end up spending a bunch of money on ads that just don't generate clicks. Through our tech, we are able to reach millions of cannabis consumers. We have pixels on their devices and can also use them to build lookalike audiences to reach even more cannabis-curious customers. This means you don't have to guess whether people are interested in your products. You will just know, and you'll be able to target them more effectively. So here's a case study for a multi-location retail chain based out of New England region that uses programmatic ads through our network. They invested $44,000 in display ads for Q1 of this year and continue to drive business to their shops. However, during this Q1 period, their investment resulted in 177 store visits to their actual dispensary's physical location and 20,255 online orders. This has generated $1 million in revenue with a return on ad spend of $26 for every dollar being spent. Their cost per acquisition was $2.18, and their investment has paid off many, many times over. Now, pretty great numbers, right? But now I bet you're wondering, just where did their ads show up? Now, because we are audience focused, and once you get your ads in front of interested of age people, you will notice that these sites serve a variety of adult audiences. The publishers here have numerous outlets so that we can actually reach millions of adults interested in cannabis across the US and Canada. Take a look at these logos. This is only a small representation of the publishers where our ads appear. In all probability, your target audience is visiting at least one of our publishers. I know that alone, I go to at least one of these sites almost daily. And that doesn't include the long list of publishers whose logos aren't up on this slide. Our large network of millions of cannabis-friendly websites and apps that allow us to advertise to over 150 million devices across North America. That includes both THC and CBD customers across the country who are interested in hearing more from dispensaries. Now that we know the types of ads you can run and where they're going to be shown, let's talk campaigns and how to put this all into practice. So how can you make the most of these types of ads? Let's talk about 6 ad types that can score you more customers. These are all audience-focused ads. It's about reaching people when they are in particular geographic locations or have shown particular online behaviors, like visiting your website. First up here is radius targeting. This is when you target consumers within a certain radius around your dispensary or your delivery area. This is an excellent way to reach everyone that's visiting shops nearby or other tourist hotspots in your vicinity. Basically, you set up a perimeter around a specific point, like your dispensary. And if you're in the area, you want to set a smaller perimeter, like 2 miles. In a suburban area, 5 miles will work better. Your perimeter acts as the on switch for these ads. When people who meet your demographic requirements enter your perimeter and your ads are actually running, meaning they're not going to run when your store is closed, they will actually check in-network site or an app. They will actually see your ads. It's very simple. This is a great way to remind people that you're just around the corner and to drive foot traffic to your store. You can also use it to encourage people to order ahead of time before coming in. If your target audience shops at nearby stores, or perhaps your audience goes to a local yoga studio, this is a great way to entice them to stop by as well. This type of campaign can be run across all ad types. So you can have a mobile banner ad on a particular sports website or a native ad on a magazine app. The ads themselves may differ in order to reach the right audience, but the targeting may not. The next ad type is competitor targeting, which is the ability to target competing retailers to gain more market share. This strategy is essentially trying to lure people away from your competition. Basically, instead of drawing a perimeter around your dispensary or a particular neighborhood, you focus on the area surrounding your competitors. You can then create a special offer to score new customers and draw them away from your competition. This is essentially very useful in high density areas where there are a lot of dispensaries. So let's say you're a new dispensary setting up shop in a large city like LA, Boston, Detroit, or even Philly. Then you may want to use competitor targeting to introduce yourself to your competitors' customers and get them to shop with you instead. So the next one is landmark targeting, and this is done in a very similar way. Just like competitor targeting, you draw on a map around the areas where you want to be targeting. This is perfect for targeting people at certain locations. Basically, you want to find the places your target customers is likely to frequent. If your focus is on wellness, for example, maybe you want to target a holistic shop down the street from your dispensary or an organic supermarket nearby. Basically, with this ad type, you would want to actually think about where your target audience spends time. Do they take public transportation to work? Do they go to a particular gym? Do they enjoy the nearby parks? Then you can create ads for those specific areas to get them to shop with you. You've probably heard of the term retargeting by now, and there's no doubt that you yourself have been part of a retargeting campaign. You know, when you're shopping for some new sneakers and then you decide not to buy them, a day or two later, you're checking Facebook and surprise, there's an ad from Nike. Well, they retargeted you. They put a pixel or a cookie on your device so that they can serve you ads based on what you did on their website. It's one of the most effective tools you can use to reach customers who are on the brink of abandoning their shopping carts. Simply put, retargeting refers to the practice of reaching out to customers who have already expressed or interacted with your brand before. It involves the use of a simple JavaScript code, which is called a pixel, to track customers after they leave your website. That pixel tracks the website's, the user visits, and their behavior to determine interests, as well as other demographic and psychographic variables. Depending on the type of campaign you want to run, this is the type of data that will be useful to determine who will see your ads. Retargeting can be done via all of our programmatic ad types. So you can retarget customers who have already engaged with your brand in some way. Maybe they've made a purchase, or maybe they got to the checkout process and then bailed. Retargeting is one of the most effective ad campaigns you can run, and it can be done in tandem with other ad campaigns. In general, special events that your ideal audience goes to are great to target. However, many of those events have had to be canceled or changed because of the pandemic. 3 of the locations that I like to segment under this heading have been affected, and that is stadiums, concert venues, and time-bound events like outdoor festivals. Imagine serving up ads at Coachella or other nearby music festivals. There are still events going on at different scale in some areas, and there are new events like drive-in concerts that you can also still target. Once those events are back on, I definitely recommend that you begin targeting them. Until then, the pandemic has brought on some retro events like drive-in movies are a thing again, and they're a great place to launch retargeting ads or targeted ads. As with all of these ad campaigns, the main concern is just finding those events and places that your target audience will be at. If you're looking to advertise to millennials, then doing event targeting at a Phil Collins concert isn't going to help you very much. However, if your target audience is boomers, then this will be a perfect strategy. Until the nation legalizes cannabis, cannabis tourism will continue. If you want to tempt visitors to check out your shop, you should target your nearby airports as well as popular attractions that are close by. These spaces have taken a bit of a hit because of the pandemic. However, they're slowly opening across the country. If you're in LA, you can target LAX, Griffin Park, the Hollywood sign, the Boulevard, and many, many more. Ideally, focus on the spots that are close to your store. You can even target hotels with video ads. There's no need to target every attraction, however. You will actually be more successful if you methodically target only certain attractions that your ideal audience is likely to visit. If you want to make the most out of your ads, targeting the right places isn't enough. You also want to do these 3 things to increase the effectiveness of your targeting. Tip number 1 is to not just focus on location, but you also define your radius by time. That means that when you choose to send your ads to people at your nearby Whole Foods, your ads should only run at certain times. There's no reason to run ads when people can't see them or when they can't shop with you. Tip number 2, take advantage of events. Certain areas and places are more popular during events. Plus, summer is practically here, and people will be hitting the beaches very soon and also vacation. There are going to be festivals, summer events in some places in the country, and through all of these different events, there are various scales. And so you want to pay close attention to that. Create relevant ads to those events. By targeting specific location during those times, you can increase your foot traffic. But here's tip number 3. Make sure to customize your ads. If you go through the whole trouble of targeting different locations, also create different ads for the various places. For example, your gym ad may be something about relaxing or recovering after a workout. Your event-based ads may be more about having fun, and your restaurant ad may talk about digging into some great food. Once you've done all of this and have your ads running, how are you going to know whether they're effective? After all, no one wants to do all of this work and not know if it's working. We found that revenue attribution is crucial for making sure that your ads are helping you meet your goals. Unfortunately, not enough dispensaries and industry marketers are doing this. At Foot Traffic, we've made it part of our mission. We don't just want to help you create ads, we want to make sure that you have the analytics necessary to make informed decisions about your advertising budgets. So what does this look like? When you work with Foot Traffic, we'll put in place the pieces necessary to track how well your ads are working. We will also install Google Analytics and enable e-commerce tracking. This lets us see how many sales are attributed to these different channels. With Programmatic Ad, we also have a real-time reporting dashboard that helps you monitor your advertising success. Not only does this help you see whether your ads are working or not, but it also makes it easier to determine whether you should invest your advertising dollars through specific channels. I want you to know that we don't just do this for programmatic ads. We can also measure the effectiveness of your Google Ads campaign and your SEO strategy with Foot Traffic as well. It's valuable across the board. And this tracking doesn't just clue you into how well your advertising is doing, it can also help you note changes over time, recognize cyclical sales patterns, and identify challenges and opportunities. Furthermore, it also enhances your ability to do price sensitivity checks on specific demographics. Let me tell you a little bit more about what you can expect when you partner with us to run programmatic ads. We'll create the display ads and native ads for you and send them to you for review. Then it will be showtime as long as you give us the approval. We'll have them running on our customers' favorite websites and apps. Plus, we will also provide easy to read live reporting so you can monitor your campaign's real-time progress. At the same time, because we want to deliver great results, we will also be monitoring the progress to make changes as necessary so we can get you the maximum bang for your marketing buck. We've run thousands of campaigns across North America, and we use the knowledge we've gained from those to better maximize every single campaign we launch. I really want to get you set up with these ads because there are so many potential uses, and you can retarget all of your delivery zones or your specific neighborhoods that you operate in. You can create win-back campaigns for previous customers that haven't shopped with you, and you can even target new customers or competitor shoppers. So for that, I'm really grateful for you having taken the time to join us today, and I want to make worth your while by running a special deal starting today just for the individuals attending the webinar today, and that is 50% off your first month of programmatic ads campaign when you sign up for a 3-month pilot. And you can schedule a call to take advantage of this deal at foottraffic.me/call, and we'll put that in the chat window here for you now. And let's get a call scheduled so we can actually launch these ads for you. And so you can start seeing the increase in revenue. This deal is going to be good until Wednesday, the 12th. So please go to foottraffic.me/call to schedule a call with me. I want to thank you again for taking the time to join us today. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to speaking with you soon. Once again, foottraffic.me/call, and the link is in the chat now.